frequencies in it that you don't want. So you try to take those out, but then you end up messing with the sample and it doesn't sound as good. Well, last night I was making a beat, simple boom bap beat, nice analog feel, which is something I haven't gotten back into in a while. Felt good. I got my little drum loop, pitched it down. Then I got this song that my friend showed me. It was really dope. Cool piano in it. Started messing around with different loops, a bunch of these different patterns from that sound. And it was cool, but I noticed that there was too much high end in the sample, specifically the melody sample. The drum loop was fine, but the melody had too much high end fuzz kind of. And some articles, some vinyl crackle is nice, but this was too much. Let me show you what it sounded like before I did anything to it. Dope, but too much fuzz. So I'm gonna play this with the drums just so you get a feel of it, and then I'm gonna go over how I took out enough fuzz. I'm gonna show my drum loop processing as well. I put some compression on there to make it smack. So here we go. Did you hear that? Because I toggled the EQ. I toggled this EQ on and off on the sample. You might have noticed that. This is all I did. All I did was a high cut 10,000. At 10,000, 10 kilohertz and above, there's nothing. We're cutting it the sharpest ratio I can do. It's not a brick wall, but it's sharp. And already you can tell, I'll toggle it on and off again, but those little like fuzzy kind of high pitch frequency that was in the sample, they just kind of disappear. And luckily the piano has enough frequency range in the mids and lows and highs, the mid highs, that me taking out this 10K and above, it still sounds good. Because that's the problem. A lot of times there's still high frequency information in the melody and the sample, and then you want to cut out those hisses, but then you take out presence of the melody. So, you know, you adjust this level. Sometimes you want to take out more, sometimes not as much, but I just said, fuck it, let's do 10K. Now I'm gonna toggle this on and off so you can see how it sounds with the piano. I think it makes a big difference. You might think that I'm taking out too much high end. You might think I'm not taking out enough. Excuse me. It's all up to personal preference, whatever sounds good to you. What I would like to do as an exercise is I'm going to just solo. I'm going to reverse it. I'm just gonna solo out everything from like 10 kilohertz and above so you can see what it sounds like, just the information here. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna do a low cut all the way up to 10. Okay. Now listen to this. depending on the speakers you're listening to this on, you might not have heard much, but I can definitely hear it. It's a bunch of hissing kind of that doesn't really add to the sample. You're not really hearing any piano. You're hearing a little bit of the transients from some of like the cymbals and shit, but it's not anything that is like super important information to me. So that's why we're gonna go back here, boom, and we're just gonna take everything from 10 kilohertz and up and just cut that hoe out. And so that cleaned up the sample. To me, that really helped a lot. It's not perfect, but again, I could come over here and like boost a little bit if I wanted to, but for now, I just made this last night, so I'm sure when I rap on it and I mix it, I'll make some more adjustments, but as of now, I'm liking it. And that was something quick that didn't take long at all that helped with the sample. So that's the melody, right? So then we come over to the drums. Dope drum loop. This is actually pitched down. I don't remember the original pitch, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. But, so when you pitch things down, when you pitch samples down, and especially with percussion, sometimes it can make it not smack as hard. And I'm not exactly sure what the scientific explanation is for that in terms of sound and how it works. But I think it's just because it's stretching the signal, and if you stretch it, the peaks won't be as sharp, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. But all I know is that I like how pitching things down sounds, but sometimes it can make drums and percussion not hit as hard. So, since this is a pitched down drum loop, I'm going to show you the before and after of the compression that I used on it and how it really made a difference. Oops, I turned off the sampler, not the EQ. Oops, I mean the compressor. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna toggle the compression on and off. So I'm gonna leave it on first, and then notice as I click this blue button, I'll be turning the compressor off, and you'll hear the difference on this drum loop. Yeah. And down here it's at 0.2, so you might say, oh, you're peaking. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's some fucking gritty boom bap analog beat. Like, everything doesn't have to be perfect. Break the meter. Anyway, so yeah, made a big difference on this drum pattern. I really like this. We have the threshold at -10. Again, I just mess my threshold knob until I'm getting around 3 decibels of gain reduction in this meter right here. So when this line goes up to about 3 or 4, and then the ratio, I went a little higher than I normally do for vocals. I just feel like I remember hearing certain people talk about high ratios on drums sometimes. They're not even high. 2-4 isn't that high of a ratio, but you know, I just felt like doing it. 0 decibels on the makeup gain because I have the auto gain here at 0 decibels, so it's just bringing it fucking hella up on the volume. The knee is in the middle at 0.5. Attack, kind of a slow attack, let the transients come in, and then the release is like kind of a medium-ish release. The drums, so it's like there's not a long tail after the transient. You know, a drum smack, like a hit or a cymbal or a hi-hat are pretty quick transients, so I don't think the release needs to be that long on those, but I'm not Jason Joshua, he would know. I'm not Chris Lord-Alge, but we're getting there. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty simple. That was just the regular Platinum Digital stock Logic Pro X compressor on that drum loop. So between those two things, between taking out that extra high end on the melody and then also adding that compression on the pitch down drum loop, made the beat way better. And again, I don't know, I'm just over here just chilling. I have some lyrics I can definitely write to this. It's a simple beat, but it was a fun one. And that's how you can help make samples hit harder, take out harsh frequencies. Don't ever think that a sample is just the way it sounds. You can manipulate, twist, morph, oscillate, modulate, EQ. You can do a million things to your samples. You can make your own samples and flip them. You can resample, bounce, and place. I mean, this is music, baby. There's no rules. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, follow for more, subscribe for more. And if you would like a free sample pack, there's one in my description, in my bio, somewhere on my platform, channel, page, etc. The most important thing I'm going to need you to do is go make a banger, because if you don't make a banger, I will haunt you. I will.